Andrea, can you show us an example of, because I've never really seen it, what like being feminine and dominant looks like if you were to interact with like one of the men on the panel? Because I'm curious how that
I've
kind
been
of looks.
showing it all night. I'm pretty damn dominant, and I think it's pretty obvious. I don't understand how other way to explain it besides me stating my opinion and standing on it, and not allowing people to make me feel bad for having an opinion. I don't know. I just feel like people get in their heads where they feel like this is the way the world looks for everybody, and that's not the case. And a man is not less masculine if he decides to have a dominant girlfriend. Some men are passive. Some women are vocal and expressive and dominant, and some men like that and cater to that because their moms was the same way. I don't know what happened to them, but they like it.
Those women are also masculine, aggressive. Nobody
am I masculine?
Really date them.
Do I look masculine to you, or do I
It's
look
far in between. That chin a little strong, girl.
and it looks fabulous, and you're mad
What
about
if,
it.
what if tomorrow? What if tomorrow your boyfriend calls you and say, "Hey, look, I think it's time to have kids. I want to have kids." What are your response?
I'm gonna say, I don't know. We gotta talk about that because I want to get my master's degree and I want to do things in my community, and that might hold me up. So maybe we're not on the same page.
Lord help him.
Yeah, because I am helping them, and that's what I want to do. Everyone
do you
doesn't
think you
want
look
to have
feminine?
kids.
Andrea, you think you look feminine?
I think I look amazing and beautiful and vibrant and confident and sensational. That's what I think.
Yeah, I was really just so. Do let me rephrase this, Andrea. Do you think that femininity is a look or it's a behavior? You muted, Andrea. You muted.
Okay, I think that what's understood needs no explanation. I mean, if you're feminine, you're feminine. I mean, you don't even have to necessarily be a woman to be feminine. People are walking around making choices for themselves, deciding how they want to appear in the world based on them being masculine or feminine. So I don't think it's just, and then everyone has the ability, even men have the ability to be feminine or masculine. I mean, it's a spectrum, and I don't think that us sitting here defining duties and things like servitude as a way to like say you're more feminine, I think that's crazy.
What's crazy is this spectrum that you keep talking about that don't exist. Are you talking about the alphabet community?
I am.
Yeah,
we're talking about men and women.
Yeah, we
men and women. People are showing up different these days. You guys need to get with the program. Be progressive. Get with the program. Life is changing.
It's only two genders, men, woman. That's it.
For you, because you're not opening up your mind to see things different.
Open up my mind to see what?
To see things different than what you're used to. Yeah.
How many genders do you think there are, Andrea?
Like what?
I think that there is a variety of different ways people decide to show up in the world, and no one's approval is needed for them to feel that way. So, I mean, this is a panel of people with different life experiences.
That wasn't the question.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I just.
Is there a number that you have in your head, or there's no number? Do you have a number?
Not that I can think of at this time. For whatever the individual decides they want to be, I mean, that's their gender. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't come on here and be like, oh yeah.
I think you're in the wrong panel. I think you're in the wrong panel, Andrea.
No, I'm not. I'm in the right panel because I'm a different perspective. I bring a different perspective. I'm not. It's not an echo chamber.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Yeah, we want to be able to have different perspectives to keep the show interesting. And I mean, people exist in a world that we might not necessarily agree with, and to interact with people respectfully, we can at least hear what they have to say. And if you find a flaw in the logic, you can point it out and show them, hey, this is where I see you going wrong with that. If that's what you want to do. So we can keep everybody on the panel as long.
Well, Marcus, don't you see a flaw in that logic? Why don't you tell us a flaw in that logic?
I do see a flaw in the logic.
Tell us what you think.
I think that there are only two genders. There's only men and women. And that when you pervert those things and put women in men's roles and men in women's roles, that when that occurs, the balance and the power dynamic within relationships are skewed, and those relationships tend to end in divorce, or he might turn 50 and decide that he's going to become a woman and end that whole family. And now it's two separated adults as opposed to the people that were within that family operating. I think that it does take a village to raise a child, but you need to see clear examples of those two genders within that. So it could be multiple granddads with a father, granddad, great granddad within the vicinity of the child to provide them a perfect example of what masculinity looks like. And I think femininity is extremely powerful. And women, mother, sister, cousin, also need to be there to provide that child a clear framework on what it looks like to have a mother in the household, because there are things you need from each parent. And although you can, be nurturing as a man, I think when you cross into the line, it confuses the children. Did that answer your question, Queenie?
Mm-hmm.
I think the discussion needs to end on this topic because it was in the DSM and it's still there under the term gender dysphoria. So it's already been diagnosed and assigned a nomenclature as a mental illness. So I don't understand why this discussion persists.
It's
quite outrageous, actually. So I'm going to mute out on that.
I would love for you guys to show me some peer-reviewed research that says that.
All you have to do is look up the DSM-TR5.
I would like you to provide that since you said it.
It's called the DSM-TR5. That's all you have to do is look it up.
Send me the link and I'll take a look at it. And I can show you a peer-reviewed article that says the complete opposite.
And I've read them, and they have no evidence to determine that those things exist or that there's some type of science to prove it. So again, we're dealing with
I haven't read anything. I didn't say
it's already been diagnosed. So
you're making that
kind
up.
of strange.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Andrea, where are your people from?
From God.
No, yeah, where your people from?
They're from God. They're Jesus' children.
Now your grandparents, like what was they born?
They were.
Are they from the US?
I'm sorry.
Are they from the US? Are you Black?
Yes, I am.
What from down south? From where? Where your people from?
I don't know. Why? Why does it matter?
It matters because it matters.
Where are your people from?
It matters. My people are from Texas, by the way, Alabama.
Okay.
But I can trace my family back to 1726, so I know exactly where I'm from.
That's great.
And it matters because we sitting here we standing on lineage business tonight, and you sitting here talking about you flip-flopping genders. That's not something that we agree with.
Who is we?
Lineage, Black Americans.
Speak for yourself.
I'm speaking for my lineage.
Well, I don't know who made
I
you.
feel like I don't understand how you would think that you're going to have a successful family. Maybe you don't want a family. Maybe you don't come from a good family. I don't know.
Are you taking this personal? Seems like
at this point, I'm just asking questions because it's coming across as very ignorant. Like you're sitting on this panel and it's coming across as ignorant. It's like you don't really understand what's really happening in front of you and in society. On these panels, we try to be genuine. We all try to be disingenuous. I don't know if it's your age. I don't know if it's because y'all.
We're gonna end up jumping to the next question.